Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ray661, and I'm bringing you an update of the server that I have just started that I am now working on. This is my home as of this point. I have had some help with a player named Breezy, and I'm going to get more people on here over time. This is not complete. This is a 24-hour session. A bit, not quite 24 hours, but basically I've been playing this since I got up, and this is how it is so far. As you can tell, we have a red giant mushroom and a brown giant mushroom. That's basically been what's been feeding me for a good portion of the time. We have a small yard that has a bunch of trees being grown. I did spawn in a bunch of the jungle trees, and I spawned in a cat whenever I was in creative mode. That on top of getting me one seed for the melons, because I actually spent about 2 hours trying to find an abandoned mine shaft to try to get my melon seeds, and I couldn't find any. So those are the only two things that were done in creative. The other thing that I did in creative was I gave myself 64 arrows, and then I disposed of them after I got this. So this was the reason why I spawned in arrows, and I didn't use them after that. Here's the cat that I actually killed my own cat. This one's Breezy's, and he's dropped the skeleton dropped a bow. Okay, this is the farm. I have the lights here just to let the things grow overnight, but I don't with the pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns rather, giving off light through here. I don't know if there's an actual purpose, and it looks like I've messed that up. I have not collected the wheat in quite a while, as you can tell, because everything has grown. Here's the melons that I was talking about that I used. Someone ruined that melon, but oh well. We have the pumpkins. We have a water route along the outside of the house, as well as reeds, as you can tell. Inside the water, although it is not complete, you have pumpkins. There's going to be jack-o'-lanterns basically covering the whole thing, and that will light up the water and just make it look really cool. Now to explore the inside. This is the main entrance right here. No biggie. And then three outlier entrances and exits. There is also a gate on all three sides of this. 4 if you count this one, but this one does not have a way out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The main source of lighting for the house is jack-o'-lanterns. Here is one of the bedrooms. Here's another bedroom. I plan on expanding out the bedrooms, allow the bedrooms to be a little more customizable depending on the player. Here is an outlook area that just lets us outlook the general whatever you want to see. Originally, this was blocked off, and this was the treasure chest area, as well as entrance to the mining shaft. The mining shaft itself, I only did one expedition in it, and I got a crap load of diamond out of that one expedition. And then there's actually, it connects to several cave networks, or it's actually one huge cave network that can connect to one another. So this is the incomplete enchantment room, as you can tell from the fact that there was only 4 bookshelves here. It is incomplete, and also just looks like general crap. So this one will be fixed up here soon. This is the completed neither portal room. There's nothing on the neither that I have done quite yet, so as soon as I'm done with that, I will, as soon as I get around to it, I'll get around to doing that. On the other side is our general crafting area. This is still incomplete, as all there is the furnaces and workbench, and there will be the potions area set up over here as well eventually, and I don't know what to do with the, in terms of lighting. I might use glowstone. I'm not quite sure yet. Down here is nothing quite yet, but as soon as I get this area expanded out, I will have a tree farm that's growing underground, and that will basically make it so we can actually have trees without having an extensive amount of time spent outside in danger. I did have, I was level 20, but then whenever I went to the Nether to try to get the Nether brick, I ended up dying several times. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You might be wondering how I got the trees to do this. Basically, I put a dirt block here, put a sapling, used bone meal, made the tree grow, broke the dirt block, and this one I missed, but I put a leaf. Usually, let's see if I find one that I did right. There you go. I replaced it with a leaf. I like this whole thing here. I actually did in creative before we even started doing the house. Breezy just basically did the first level, and I kind of expanded it out from there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There is an ocean, I believe over here is the ocean. So eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an underground shack, shack right here that kind of leads out to the ocean and allows us to just explore the 7 seas. Yes. But that will be something I'll have to do later on. Guys, I don't know how exactly I'm going to quite do that yet, and how that's going to connect to the house. And also, we will be leaving this house eventually to kind of expand elsewhere, as I don't like swamp areas. So, and Breezy's bored and doesn't know what to do, because the only thing she did was the house, and then I got on all day, and she wasn't on all day, and I did everything within the next day or so. So that's pretty much it as far as I know. I don't think there's really much else for me to explain. So this kind of gives you a general idea of how my build style is. I actually try to avoid using the stone bricks on the outside of the house, because of the fact that, well, that's what I did last time. I don't want to redo what I did twice. And I don't really know what else I'm going to do after. We are going to find an end portal, and we're actually going to, as soon as we find the end portal, I'm going to make a mine cart system that goes to the end portal. So as soon as that gets done, I will basically do that. I also need to figure out how to make it so I get a mine. Well, I might just make it go into a circle. I was wondering how I'm going to end up doing a minecart system that you don't really have to have a minecart. It just basically has the minecart go back and forth. But I might end up doing it in a circle instead of a line in order to do that. So, yeah, if you guys have any questions at all as to how I did this, or why I did this, let me know. On the link down below, there will be a link to the current save file. And where's the seed? Here's your seed. This is, there we go, right here. Here's your seed. Basically, write that number down and type it out, and write it down, type it out in the seed box, and then you can play on this world single player. And the original spawn point, I believe, is right here, or somewhere close to that. So, as for this area, there isn't really much special. Where's the sand? There's the sand. However, there is one area over here that I kind of enjoy. Hurry up before it turns nighttime. Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is basically all I did all weekend. I didn't do any StarCraft. I played a few games of StarCraft to kind of get back in shape, if you can really call it that, because I haven't been playing very well in StarCraft lately, so. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here we go. Found it. This area is an interesting area to build in. I would build in this area, but Breezy does not like building in high areas because she falls and dies a lot. But this over here could be a really good place for someone to build a large project on. And you have your winter biome over here. You have a desert over there as we passed that will give you all of the sand you need for the glass. And this is actually the first time I've seen pigs on this server. And I only saw one chicken, and I murdered it for its feathers. But I've seen a lot of cows, and cows was usually one of the bigger problems, and that's why I like hurried up and tried to collect the milk while the cows were still there, only to find out that cows spawn pretty well in this server. It's weird how certain things spawn well and certain things don't. So, I don't know why these are lit up. Odd. And, okay, the reason why I put the water, I put the glowing, the jack-o'-lanterns, there we go, under the water, is this reason right here. As you can see, it kind of makes the reeds glow, or the sugarcane glow. It was reeds back in the, back in alpha. But it makes the reeds glow and makes the whole house basically light up, even though there's no real source of light from the outside. So it just it's kind of like an illusion, because looking out here, other than the farm, you shouldn't see any more light anywhere. I mean, you would imagine it would all be coming from the house, and it wouldn't show up quite as bright. Well, you can kind of tell right here in this corner where I'm aiming is where is an area where I didn't put any pumpkins quite yet, and you can see how that's a lot darker than the rest of the area. Same goes for like right here and a pocket right over here, but that's not really quite, doesn't show quite as well of what I'm trying to talk about because those are there. I'll go through my inventory and my chests really quick, so that way you guys have a general idea of what's going on. Whenever I did the arrows, I misclicked and got myself water buckets, and I haven't really disposed of them. But I know the infinite water trick, where that you'd make a 2x2 square of water, and you can basically draw water out of that without a problem. So me spawning myself on accident the 5 buckets of water because I transposed some of the numbers for the arrows. Yeah, I don't really think it matters. This is my inventory currently. I basically just disposed of it, disposed of all my inventory into this tiny chest over here. This is all I've collected so far, if you don't count this, because this is just, well, actually, now that I actually have the opportunity to. Pick up, thank you. There, disposed. Everything else is legit. You might question the melons because of the fact that I spawned in 1 seed in order to get the melons going. But everything else has been legit. And here's this chest. This is not legit. I actually gave this to Bree, and we just kind of kept it. So these diamonds, the purpose of the diamonds was because Bree was dying a lot, and I haven't actually started building yet, and she was just killing stuff. So I figured I would spawn her in some diamond to kind of help her out, and she never actually used anything but the diamond sword that I spawned her, because I spawned her a diamond sword first. And that was pretty much all that happened there. This one needs to be tossed because it's about to break. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, and I will tend to you guys next time. This is Ray661 signing out.